This Torah class is brought to you by TorahAnytime.com.
The Gemara tells us in Masechta Megillah on Daf Daled, Amar Rabbi Shua ben Levi, Chayiv Adam likros es Megillah belayla v'lishnoisa b'yayim. That one is obligated to read the Megillah at night and then to repeat again during the day. We're all familiar. We read the Megillah twice, in the night and in the day. Now, any mitzvah that comes mizman lezman, taking the daled minim, sitting in the sukkah, lighting the menorah, we always make a shachiyanu before the performance of the mitzvah. And Megillas Esther, we would also make a shachiyanu. The question is, do you make a shachiyanu on the second reading of the Megillah? L'cha'ira, it would seem that one should not make a shachiyanu on the second reading of the Megillah. We don't make a shachiyanu the second time we sit in the sukkah. We don't make a shachiyanu the second night of lighting the menorah. One would think that one should not make a shachiyanu the second time, and in fact, the Rambam says you do not. However, comes Tosfos, Daf Daled, Divrei Hamaschal Chayev, Omer Ri, Da'af Agav de Mevarich Zman Belayla, Choyzer u'Mevarich B'yam. Then in fact, you do make another shachiyanu. Why, says Tosfos, Iker Persumei Nisa Hava B'Kriya Diyamama. Because the main Persumei Nisa is the reading of the daytime. And since the main reading is the daytime, the shachiyanu you're going to make at night will not cover the daytime reading. And Tosfos brings a whole host of proofs that the Iker reading is the daytime reading. Tosfos says the pasuk in Tehillim that's Merames to Megillah, Ekra loikim yoimam v'loi saneh v'layla v'loi dumiyali, first speaks about the reading of the day and only then the night. Tosfos says also the Megillah, the reading which is iskash to the Suda, is the reading of the day. So Tosfos has many proofs that the Iker reading of the Megillah is the day. And since the Iker reading is the day, the shachiyanu you're going to make at night will not cover the day. By Chanukah, by Daled Minim, all of the mitzvahs are the same. So therefore the shachiyanu on the first performance covers any subsequent performance. Mashein Kain, when it comes to Kriyas HaMegillah, where the Iker is biyayim and the night is only secondary. By the way, just as an aside, the Turei Even writes that the reading of the night is so secondary that only the day is midivrei Kabbalah, midivrei Nevi'im, the night is only midrabanan. But be it as it may, Tosfos is saying the Iker reading is the day, and therefore the shachiyanu you're going to make at night will not cover the shachiyanu you need to make during the day, and you need to make a shachiyanu twice. However, as mentioned, comes the Rambam in Hilchos Megillah Parak Aleph Halacha Gimel, and the Rambam paskins ubeyoim einoi chayzer mevarach shachiyanu. During the day, we do not make another shachiyanu, and the Mechaber paskins this way in Siman Tafrei Tzadi Beis, that we don't make another shachiyanu. The question is, what will the Rambam do with Tosfos' Svara? The Rambam would have to concede that the Iker reading is during the day. Tosfos has a whole host of proofs the Iker reading is the day. V'im kain, if the Iker reading is in the day, how will the shachiyanu that we make at night cover the shachiyanu we need to make during the day? Comes the Bir Hagra in Siman Tafrei Tzadi Beis of Katan Beis, and the Bir Hagra says the Shita of the Rambam is substantiated firmly in the Gemara in Sukkah Daf Memvav. The Gemara discusses when to make a shachiyanu on sukkah and daled minim. Says the Gemara, when you build the sukkah, you make a shachiyanu. When you sit in the sukkah, you make a leishev. When you tie the lulav, when you're ma'agid lulav, you make a shachiyanu. When you shake it, when you take it, you make anatilas lulav. Says the Gaon, building a sukkah is not a mitzvah. Tying a lulav is not a mitzvah. And yet the shachiyanu you're doing in the early stages of preparing for the mitzvah covers the extra mitzvah, covers the actual mitzvah. Says the Gra, loigara, the reading of the night, then tying a lulav or building a sukkah, if a shachiyanu on something which is not even a mitzvah is effective for the actual mitzvah, then certainly kol shekain, the shachiyanu we make on the night reading, which is a mitzvah, although not primary, but it is a mitzvah, certainly that shachiyanu should be effective for the reading during the day. The svara of the Gra is loy gara. The reading of the night is no less than tying a lulav or building a sukkah. The question now turns on Tosfos, because how will Tosfos deal with the Gemara and Sukkah and Daf Mem Vav? What will Tosfos say? If the shachiyanu that you make on tying a lulav, which is not even a mitzvah, on building a sukkah, which is not even a mitzvah, covers the actual performance of a mitzvah, that means anything at all connected to the mitzvah, the shachiyanu is effective on, then certainly if you make a shachiyanu on the reading of the night, that should be effective. Mayane Tosfos, to the Raya, the Gra brings for the Rambam, from the Gemara and Sukkah and Daf Mem Vav, how do we differentiate between Igud Lulav, Asiyas HaSukkah, and the Kriya Delaila? Anybody who has a good answer for this Mishmar Shaila, you could submit an answer to Mishmar Shailas via the various platforms, email, text, and you can have an entry to win a brand new Megillas Esther just in time for this Purim. Or if anybody subscribes to any of the Mishmar Shaila platforms, you will get another entry to win a free Megillah. Now, if you're going to get that Megillah, you're going to make a Shachiyanu in the night, and you're going to want to know why Tosfos paskins, you still make another Shachiyanu during the day. Bracha v'atzlacha. Thank you very much.
You've just experienced another Torah class brought to you by TorahAnytime.com.